Hey everyone, I've been making knives for around 6 or 7 years, and one of my biggest supporters over that time has always been my mom. Today I'm going to get started on a project to make her a custom kitchen knife as a token of my appreciation, and I'm going to take you guys along for the process.
I got a really special piece of steel in for this project from Schmied over in Germany. It's a Sanmai steel with a Damascus core and a D2 jacket. They sent me a really nice package with a handwritten note and a bunch of bubble wrap, and inside the bubble wrap was the piece of steel.
I like starting any new project by first making the design on a CAD program that I have called DraftSite. So right now I'm going to take you inside my computer and show you a little bit of my design process.
I basically recreate the bar of steel in the program with the same dimensions. Then using the drawing tools, I can put my basic shape down that I like, and then mess around with all the different blade shapes and the tip angle and the handle shape. I really like it because you can make a lot of little adjustments without ruining the whole bar of steel. Then all you have to do is trace out the design that you made onto the bar of steel using a Sharpie, and then it's ready for cutting out on the bandsaw.
Now that I have the rough profile cut out on the bandsaw, I'm going to go over to my grinder and start dialing the final profile. Here's the finished profile of the knife. Next up is going to be drilling some pin and weight reduction holes in the handle. At this point the knife is ready for heat treating, so I'm going to send it off to Paul Boss to get it hardened, and after that I'm going to start grinding the bevels and get it all finished up. The knife's back from heat treating, looking really nice and straight, so now it's time to start grinding the bevels. I'm going to start the bevels using a 60 grit ceramic belt, and then move up through a progression of a 120 ceramic to an A100 trizact, then an A65 trizact, and finally an A45 trizact. To prevent heat from building up and ruining the knife's temper, I have a bucket of cold water below my grinder that I'm going to be using to dip the knife in after each pass. Here it is after the 60 grit belt. You can see I have the edge really nice and thin now, and there's a nice distal taper towards the tip. Now I'm going to start thinning it out a little bit more with the 120 grit belt. Here's what the blade finish is looking like right now. The next thing I'm going to do is round the spine and go ahead and put a little bit of beveling inside the choil area. I'm just going to grind a little channel into the tang here to reduce some more weight. Now it's time to start hand sanding. I have a couple different hand sanding sticks that I'm going to use. This is just a piece of steel that I ground a bevel in to be able to pull the sandpaper tight. And then this is a piece of G10 that I glued some leather to so I can do some finishing strokes to blend everything together. And then I'll be using this glass cleaner for some lubrication to keep the sandpaper cutting well. And then I'll be using Rhino wet sandpaper starting at 150 grit and then move to 320 to 600 and finish at 1000. I know that's probably like 2 minutes of hand sanding on the video, but it probably took me like 6 hours total and all this sandpaper. Now I'm just going to clean the blade off with some soap and water to degrease it before etching. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the blade into a 50-50 mixture of ferric chloride acid and water. Let's take a little look at the pattern. Ooh yeah. The handle material that I'll be using for this knife. It's Masur birch wood that I'm going to be putting on top of black G10 liners. Got the wood gluing up to the liners overnight, and then tomorrow I can start drilling the pinholes and get the handle attached. I got the blade taped up because I really don't want to scratch it after working probably like 10 hours on the blade finish. Now I'm going to go ahead and go over to the grinder and start shaping the handle. Now I'm just putting a light coating of oil on the handle. Now I'm going to go ahead and etch my name in the back of the spine. First going to do a deep etch, and then I'm going to mark it to darken it. Now I'll just go back over it with a little bit of high grit sandpaper to get the smudges off. The last thing I have to do is going to be sharpening. I'm going to do that using a coarse DMT diamond stone and then a 1000 grit Chosair stone before stropping on leather with diamond spray. Just going to spritz a little water here on the stone. Then at around a 15-degree angle, just go back and forth with light pressure until a burr forms. You can hear how much finer the 1000 grit stone is just by listening to the sound that the knife makes on the stone. I'm just doing light pressure and doing even alternating strokes. Time for a little phone book paper cut test. Looks like it's working well. Here are a couple of pictures of the finished knife. I'm super happy with how the modern look of the blade steel contrasts with the natural wood on the handle. My mom wasted no time putting her new knife to the test in the kitchen right when she got it. Thank you all for following along with this special project, and I'm super happy with how it turned out. I just wanted to say thanks again to both of my parents for supporting me and my brother in our hobby and our lives in general, and vielen Dank to my friends over in Germany at Moorschmied for this awesome piece of steel. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. Stay sharp.